best friends decide to do an album review podcast, and they'll call it Pajamas for Llamas too. So welcome to Pajamas for Llamas. PFL.
Cha cha cha. Awesome.
You ever like see kids doing like birthday parties?
Oh yeah, with the cha cha cha.
Yeah,
yeah. That's where I got it from. I don't know why that popped in my head.
Hey. But welcome everyone to Pajamas for Llamas.
Yeah, everybody, we're back finally.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That was like 2 months. We've been sitting on this review, waiting for this review forever.
The last time we did a massive review of the double album, the White Album by the Beatles.
Oh yeah, that was so fun. So fun.
And so because it was such a big album, we had to dedicate the whole thing to it. And so this time we're doing 2 new albums, and then next time, whenever we get to the next one, to restore balance, I had to choose a double album. So we'll get to that at the end of.
And I'm very curious to see which one that is. I'm hoping for a certain one, but I don't know if that's the one you picked. So we're gonna see.
But so when we did the White Album, okay, we were supposed to. So you picked that album as your older album, and then
yes.
I picked a newer album, and the newer album I had chosen was Awakened from the Tomb by Witchers Creed.
Yes, sir.
This year, and so we'll just start off with that since it's the oldest one on our plate.
Of course. All right, this one, band from Sweden, young guys. So I was very curious when I found out they were from Sweden. I'm like, oh yeah, Swedish metal, let's do this.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong. I mean, in tune, Meshuggah. So I'm like, all right, let's get this going. So we got the first song coming in, which is Witchers Creed.
Yes.
I got one thing to tell you, Pedro.
Okay.
I got a fever.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Prescription is more cowbell.
That's the first thing in my notes too. I put cowbell opens the album. Cowbell.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the cowbell, right? It sets the pace. You know exactly what you're going to get now. I mean, as soon as I heard that opening riff, and I'm like, yeah, this is doom metal. This is going to be some Black Sabbath worship coming up. So I thought it was a perfect blend of Black Sabbath and psychedelic rock. I loved how it opened up. I think it had a lot of potential. It hooks you in. It makes you want to just turn it up.
Yes. My notes say heavy ass classic metal riffing, definitely very derivative of classic metal like Sabbath, but I love it. The formula works here for me. We'll see how it fares over an entire album. Then in all caps I put wah-soaked guitar solo, hell yeah.
And then, that's what I was gonna say. That solo was pretty kick ass.
Then big rock finish, kick ass opening to this album.
Yeah, and for a 3-piece too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these guys are like what, just fresh out of high school. I mean, their name Witchers Creed come from video games, the game Witcher and Assassin's Creed.
Right.
I mean, and these guys are young, and I'm like, this guy's got a lot of potential, but I wanted to see how the album played out.
Yes.
Before I started, I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. I'm liking this, but let's see if they can keep this going. Let's see if you always got to have a badass opener, right?
Yes.
So I was figuring, all right, well, let's check it out. So let's go to the next song, Depths of the Black Void.
Ooh.
What was your thoughts on this one?
Funky drums, then a badass bass riff with such a cool, thick tone.
Oh, yeah. They had that 70s style going, definitely. And they had that crunch, on that chord, and it had that I love the start out. I love the drums, how they came out like that. And then what got me on this song is that chorus when they just start saying "Depths of the Black Void." You just want to ball your fist in the air and start singing it with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, it's interesting in my notes. So as I was listening to it at first, I wasn't crazy for the chorus.
Uh-huh.
And then by the end of the song, I'm saying, I'm now totally on board with the chorus. And then in all caps, from the depths of the black void.
That's what I got with exclamation marks right afterward. I mean, they seem to be a little repetitive on their vocals. They don't have a whole lot going on with the chorus other than just the title of the song. You know, that's usually how they're kind of kicking it out. But these guys, I mean, I'd like to hear them in a few years. You know what I mean? Like develop as a band, maybe get another member, maybe get another singer. I didn't think he was bad. I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's developed yet. That's like he's really struggling with it. What are your thoughts?
Well, okay, on the singer, keep in mind the guy who's singing on this album was gone by the time that they released this album.
Yeah,
and the singer that they replaced him with was also gone.
Yes. I mean, when I was doing some of the research, which I haven't said anything about yet on that, but yeah, you're right. And that album didn't even come out a year later. Like they were trying to find a label to put it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were already losing people. So that's what I'm saying. So knowing this, I'd like to see if they can get another singer, maybe just someone with a little more, I don't know, oomph to the voice. Like he's trying to croon and it's working, but it's not working at the same time. You know what I mean? But I do like how their formula works. You can tell that one was really influenced by psychedelic, metal, and the others, more of the Black Sabbath doom style.
Yeah,
that's going on. So I mean, I'm liking how they're adding both of those genres, so to speak, in their music.
Some other notes I have on this song. I put wah soaked guitar break before the second verse. Nice little fills during the second verse. The bass is just slaying during the guitar solo. I love when the wah kicks in at the middle of the solo because I'm a wah addict.
Oh, yeah.
Bridge time made me think of Don's big riff description of bridges.
Yes, the big riff. Exactly. That's what I got. Solo after the first chorus. I thought that was a nice touch. Definitely has the big riff. It's not. These guys were born in the wrong decade, basically.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
and then a bass solo, a badass bass solo.
Yes, and they have that like that muff on it. That that bass crunch. Oh man, I loved that. I thought that was a really nice touch to it.
Yep.
And then, dude, you're coming into the next one, the victims of retribution. Dude. When I that riff, that opening riff.
Yeah, I have notes on that too.
That opening riff, man. I was like, I listened to that song about 4 times. I was like, hell yeah. When I heard that opening riff, this has got to be my favorite song on the album, personally. I just love how it kicks in. It just and I mean it's cool. I mean, on the lyrics and what the song's about and all that. It is lacking a little bit. I mean, they do that whole thing again where they just repeat the name of the song for the chorus. Victims of retribution. But I mean, on the top of the thing, I for this song, and excuse my language, but this is my notes. It says that fucking open riff. Holy shit. It wasn't really till this song when I was kind of like, okay, these guys are rocking it out. Okay, these guys can really push it out there, and I thought the solo was dripping with Iommi blues styling. It could have been him playing the guitar. I mean, it wasn't at the same level as Iommi, but these guys are good. These guys are good, and they've got some chops, man.
Yep. I've got in all caps. Okay, this is in all caps. Searing riff opens and then more cowbell before it all kicks off. Hell yeah.
They're keeping the fever alive.
They do a good job on the group harmony vocal parts. Loving this main riff. It changes near the 2-minute mark. Fall in line. You can't get out. Then a very Sabbathy riff with an awesome background vocals, and then a slow breakdown, a cool slow down with some effect on the vocals, giving it more volume.
Yeah, I got that. It says you have the another transition where it slows down in the old school 70s style, and then that, oh Lord, can you see? And I was like, hell yeah, that was so perfect for that.
Some great vocal bits from the lead singer, and then guitar solo, a kick-ass solo that builds and builds, and of course, wah kicks in during it. And then I put badass song, dig the heck out of this. Ooh, that killer riff at the end. Super. Those are like my marking out notes.
Yeah, pretty much marking out on this song right here. It's my favorite, like I said, off the album. I think it's, this is really kind of showing what they do have. I said they got the talent, and then at the end of it, I said solid writing on this. So, I mean, I thought it was great.
Yes.
And I agree with everything you said about that. All those bits, the wall, all of it. And then we get to the next one, which is the Raven's Claw.
Yes.
That fuzz bass. That's, me likey. The vocaling styling, with the trying to croon, it's not exactly there yet. Like I've been saying, that's in my notes. Black Sabbath got your Raven Claw for sure on this one. Getting another dose of cowbell for that fever that ails me. Riffs are very solid. It says, I love that breakdown where that fuzz bass and the drums hit again at the end of the song.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have here a little negative, and I said the vocals were straining a little bit.
Oh, yes. So check this out. I put more Killer Sabbath riffs. Not sure if I'm digging the use of cowbell or if I find it kind of silly goofy. That main riff is badass.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the album, I wasn't sure about the singer's voice. It's okay, but I think he definitely has some limitations.
Yeah, he's straining a little bit. Like he's trying a little too hard on something that he can't do.
Yeah. Then I put guitar slide solo, an aggressive and chord-based solo. Dig it. Breaks down into bass and drums, and then just drums. Nice. That's what.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, it's there. I wasn't a big fan of the song, but I thought it had some really good highlights, just like you said. So, I mean, they're still going. They're still going. And then we have Larissa. This is where I kind of got bored. And they throw this song in the middle. I felt it was kind of a filler song. I thought they were trying to do like this ballad, and it just, I mean, it had some highlights. It was pretty cool. They blended, Black Sabbath, psychedelic rock, which I love. That big muffed guitar solo. The song kind of reminded me of Monster Magnet. I don't know if you listen to them or I know you know who they are, but it kind of reminded me more of Monster Magnet on this one. I think it lacked a little bit on the lyrics, but it had good reverb. Had good distortion on it. Sounded kind of far away though. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
The recording kind of sounded like that's what they were going for. Then hey. But I mean, it kind of sounded like you're in the back of the club. You know what I mean? And you're getting the back end of it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I really did not like when I mean, I like cracked vocals sometimes because it kind of shows, like especially with like punk or metal, and you're screaming and it kind of cracks a little bit. It adds a little bit of character to the vocalist. But I thought the one when he did it, you were kind of like, okay, dude, that's you got to stop now, because it was cracking badly. Like he was trying to scream and he just couldn't do it. You're like, all right, stop, bro. Stop.
Calm down,
okay?
bro. Calm down, bro.
And I mean, like I said, I still like the song, but it just kind of bored me a little bit. Then that whole Larissa thing, he kept saying Larissa. It's kind of like, all right, dude, I get it, And that's again with the chorus, with the name of the title of the song, just Larissa, no ad, no, come on, man, just get a little depth with your writing, bro.
Well, wait till you hear how much I liked it. Oh my god!
All right, let's hear this. I said,
I guess this is the ballad. Not feeling this one so much. It seems very pedestrian, and the band doesn't even seem that into it, as the performances here sound very safe.
Right? It's far away, and it sounds like they're just kind of throwing this out there, like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
man, okay, we
filler.
got to do this one. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
filler. I said subdued guitar solo, meh. It did not grow on me. It made me fairly bored. The screaming and big finish wasn't enough for me. Did not salvage this. And then I said meh again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to me, by this time, I have on my notes here where it says it's like they have a book on how to play modern doom metal.
Yeah.
The formula that I mean, they're doing it perfectly, but it's like they're not adding their own character to it yet.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's by the numbers. It's it's the formula. Like, okay, well, we listen to Black Sabbath and and Electric Wizard, and we're gonna come out with this out. But it by this time, it's kind of like, right. I mean, I wouldn't listen to it again. I mean?
Yeah.
It's easily a skippable song. And then you have Rituals of Decay.
Yes.
I like how it kicks off. They get that like dark ritual with that out of the tune piano thing going. Yep. Playing that drone style. Definitely. Worship to the Prince of Darkness, pun intended. Satan and Ozzy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like the killer opening riff. I got. They got those guitars, the drums, then they cut in. I love that main riff. And then they do like this Danzig style vocaling. I don't know if you picked that up a little bit. To me, it kind of seemed like they were trying for a little Danzig styling or maybe Jim Morrison.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean by when I kind of say Danzig. I'm more really talking about Morrison, I guess. I should say Jim Morrison. Because that's who he's trying to copy. You know what I'm saying? So I thought they was kind of doing that in there, a little evil Elvis worship.
Yeah.
Little Morrison,
okay, yeah.
And then I got in my notes, I said, Danzig, you're not fooling anyone. Because we all know he's trying to be Morrison.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, I mean, I still like the song. I thought it was pretty good.
I got out of tune piano opens with some talking or singing that can't quite be heard. Then power chords. It comes to a stop and then kicks in a cooler riff with a monster bass line behind it. Dig the bass and drums with the group chanting over it. Then killer guitar comes in. Wasso goodness going down. Holy moly when the song changes around the 5-minute mark. Fuck yes, rock the fuck out. Holy moly. More Wasso guitar goodness while the bass player chops planets in half with awesomeness. Love this.
There you go. Going in depth on this one.
This guitar solo is owning the universe. Then I said cool Chris Cornell scream around 7-minute mark. Big finish, super big finish. Fuck yes. There's like a bunch of S's. So yes.
I like the fuck yes and then the holy moly. It's like throwing the bad stuff with the little clean there. Fuck yes, holy moly.
Awesome. Apparently, I did like that song.
Yeah, it was a good song. I didn't think it was as good as song 3.
Right.
But it's good. My notes are a little more skittish. I didn't go into depth with them as much on this one.
I hope you go more in depth on the next one.
Well, we got Salem. We got Salem Resurrection. I really like that song too.
I meant the next album because my notes.
Oh, the
next album are very, very tiny.
I gotta say, I think we got the same feeling on this one coming up. I'm kind of rushing through this so that we can kind of get to that one because I actually have a lot to say about it.
Oh, I can't wait for this. But okay, Salem Resurrection.
Yeah, I mean, they really by this song, you can tell they really got their sound down.
Yeah.
They don't alter too much from it. Truly understand death metal at its core. It said the riff is killer. They know how to put some stank on it. Yeah. I said I love that little lead bits that they throw in there that they sprinkle in the song. Backup vocals not really working. It said again, either are the main vocals. I said that transition riff before the solo, that wah wah wah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man, solo ends up in a little, but I think the solo kind of ends up a little lost. like they just kind of going a little too much, you know, a little grandstanding on it. But I said by the end, you know, you kind of feel like they kind of throw it together a little bit. That's how I kind of felt by this time. And all these notes were on my first listen too.
Right.
I listened to the album a couple more times, and it gets better each time you hear a little more. Uh, I haven't listened to it for a long time, for like a month, and then I listened to it today.
Yes.
And then when you listen to it and it's fresh, you know, you kind of start changing your mind a little bit on some of it. So by the end of this one, I mean, I still really like this song, and this one kind of grew on me a little more on this last listen.
So okay, I got Killer Riff. This is the song that I heard a little bit of when deciding to pick this album. Now I can hear the whole song. This is what, you know, notes I'm taking while I'm listening to it.
Of course.
That main riff is really boss. Killer riff around 320 mark. Song stops to just drums, and then vamp up killer fucking riff, and then wah-soaked guitar ownage. Pentatonic blues soloing is so effective with heavy music. I love it. Then the music chorus riff with a touch of cowbell, if anyone was missing it, and then I put killer.
Again, with that cowbell, that, you know, that fever that ails us.
Yeah.
For that song, you know, they want to make sure that you get your daily dose. But yeah, it's I loved my favorite part of the song was the solo.
Yeah.
That wah. I mean, they've got that down. Makes me want to go to Guitar Center right now and go buy me a, you know, Crybaby wah pedal. And then you have the Monolith. The Monolith again with they added a little more to it. I mean, it's not just their chorus line; they actually say "into the monolith sky, into the monolith." So they added a little more to it, just a little bit,
tiny bit more.
Riffage was really tight. I think the chorus was a little flat. It's, you know, it's more of the same though. By this time, you're getting the basic formula. I thought the solo was a little more tamed on this one than it was on the other one, in my opinion. I liked the transition with that flex of psychedelic guitar going on.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a drug trip sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then they, you know, they stay true and solid, you know, on this album to the sound, and the ending riff with that heavy bass and that cowbell. I thought that was the best part of the song. Personally, I was head bobbing that crap, you know.
Yeah, that tons of all caps on my notes towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have that other transition, you know, as they head into that outro, you know, that got going. This song was pretty kill. I mean, I thought, you know, I was like, yeah, it's good, you know, but by the end of the song, I was loving it.
Yeah, I got a fade in with a cool riff, then background vocals, band full in, rocking out, more rocking out, another killer solo, ooh, slow breakdown after solo. Oh, the bass riff is almost hypnotic with the cool reverb-soaked guitar over it.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is effing awesome. I love how it keeps building. Such a badass solo overall. Oh dang, a killer new riff appears.
There it is again.
With a killer bass riff too. A badass awesome new band to look forward to. Aye, badassery. Those are my notes.
I like badass, kick ass. It's dang good.
It's dang good.
I like the clean after the swear. That's awesome. This fucking album rips your fucking face off. That's what you should say. All right, man. Then we got you know the
final track.
The final track, the Awaken from the Tomb. That outro.
Awaken from the Tomb. It's just it's just like an outro. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of like, man, you know, it wasn't as, you know, I mean, it is what it is. It's like a little closing outro. Which was a lot better than Larissa. I mean, I guess that's probably the song I did not like on the album. I thought it was really boring. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, you know, so in closing overall, I think the album had a lot of potential. The riffs were great. You know, they had a lot of riffage on that. I mean, if you love guitar, that's a good album to go to. I think the vocals lacked a little bit. The titles and the lyrics were very typical for a doom metal formulaic album. The fuzz in the wall and the guitars were excellent. They really know their instruments, and I guess out of 10, personally, I give this album about I want to say about a 6, maybe a 7. I mean, I'd listen to it again, but I don't have to go out and go buy it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not something that I must have. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think these guys, and give them about 5 years and get them maybe another guitarist, another singer. I'd like to see where they go with that.
First off, I mean, I hope that they survive. Okay, let me throw that out there.
Yeah.
Because with all the issues of getting this album out and the numerous singers that they've gone through, like there's a good chance this is all we will ever get from this band. It's this album. Yeah. And this album, I think, is a good first album for them.
Yeah.
It's establishes a sound. Yeah, the singer's not the best. And yeah, they could do without Larissa and this last track, which is just like, it's just basically a riff being played over and over again.
It's just meh. You know what I mean? You're kind of like, okay, I mean, I could go for 30 seconds, and then cut off,
Yeah. But I do feel the highs are very high with this band, and especially in terms of potential. They have so much potential.
Exactly.
If they got a solid choice for singer that will stick with them, and they got some solid promotion behind them, then I feel like they could, run, just run with it for a while, But yeah, I agree with you. A second or third album down the road will probably sound better if they survive. I'm not convinced this act will be around, but I hope they are, because I really enjoyed the album. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking around a 6 or a 7, like a high 6, a 6 3/4, a 7. They know their instruments. I mean, these guys are young. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That potential is so there. And they have the riffage. They have the talent. They can do the solos. They need to find a singer. They need another guitarist. And I think if they did that, and I know they're trying to do that whole Sabbath thing, just the one guitar. And, a lot of doom metal bands do that. But I think if they just, their sound is thick, but I think if they just added another guitarist, it might even, add that much more.
Right.
To their wall of sound, a little more little sprinkles of leads going on more instead of just the solos, during the songs. I think they'd be awesome. I think they'd be really good in the next few years, like you said, if they survive.
Yeah.
Then we got John Garcia.
Yes, this was
I picked this one.
Yeah, you picked this one because we needed to do another. So this, because we already explained this episode was going to be 2 new albums, etc. Yeah, so you picked this one.
I picked this one strictly on the name of the album, and then I saw the title of the first song, and I was like, okay, I gotta see what this is about. It's John Garcia. And the name of the album is John Garcia and the Band of Gold.
John Garcia was in Caius, right?
Yes, he was in Caius. So when I was doing my research and I saw that, I thought, okay, this is pretty cool. And I like to do the research before I actually listen to the album. So I was kind of going in this with a little higher expectations. I mean, you got Caius, which is they're a monster band from back in the day, kind of a cult classic. I mean, what's his name from Queens of the Stone Age was in the band.
Yeah. Josh Holmes
Holmes. Yeah, that's
whatever
it.
His name is, like H.
Yeah, I think it's Holmes. I think it's something like that. Yeah, Holmes, HOMME.
Yeah.
And these guys, they go way back. They've got a lot of releases. I have a few of their albums, which I probably haven't listened to in years. And I actually have the albums with the singer, John Garcia, in the band. He's got a history. He does a lot of different side projects. He's got a lot of stuff going on. And then you have the song why I kind of chose this album, Space Vato.
Space
Come on.
Vato.
I mean, but that time I was like, all right, this is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. So, I started listening to it, and it's just, it's an intro.
Yeah,
It was kind of like I was hoping that this wasn't setting the pace for the album. Because it was all right. It was decent, but I was hoping I was going to get a little bit more.
It was a very simple instrumental like intro to the album. It was fun, but nothing out of the world, right?
Exactly. I mean, by the end of it, you're kind of like, okay, well, I hope it gets a little better. You're hoping for something to come in. So I don't think that was a good pace to start the album, but we're going on to it. I said the best thing about this song, this is my notes, is the name of the song. Very simple. Hope it's not the set of the album, or where it's going, and then I got meh. That's about all I got on that one.
Okay.
All right. So we gotta go to the next one, and then what is this?
Whiskers.
Jim's Whiskers. Yeah, Jim's Whiskers. And I was like, okay, this is kind of an interesting song title. I was digging on the riff. I thought the tone was great. The guitar solo was all right. After a while, you just kind of, it was simple. And then I got, now I'm starting to get this like California feel, because I think this is the one that actually had the video with the skateboards and the surfing and the beach. That is what came up. It's like a little video, a guy on a skateboard going, skating on the street by the beach, and people on the beach, and you could see that this guy's from California.
Yeah,
he's probably friends with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sit there and write songs about California. I wasn't too impressed with it. That was my feels on it, but I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it was decent. I mean, I could listen to it. It's not like something I have. Oh God, I can't listen to this. And
right.
Skip over. What were your feelings on the song?
Okay, so before I really get into this, I remember Cayuse from high school, from Headbangers Ball.
Yeah.
I remember we all thought they were cool back then.
Yeah.
I hadn't listened to them since back then.
I've listened to them a little sooner, but it's been a good decade since I've really heard Cayuse.
I know when Queens of the Stone Age came out, people were like, "Oh yeah, they're from Cayuse" and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I have never dug Queens of the Stone Age. I am not.
I'm on the fence with them. I think every now and then, they kind of have something cool. But I'm not a big fan. I don't go out and buy their albums or listen to their songs really.
I full stop am not a fan of Queens of the Stone Age. I don't like it. I don't like their sound.
God damn it! I hate those bastards.
I do. So I'm just putting this out there to prepare everyone.
Go on. Let's hear this. Let's hear this.
A bit of a postscript to what I'm about to say. When I finished listening to this album, I listened to some of like that Cayuse album, Blues for the Red Sun or whatever that came out when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker, it sounds like the shit I don't like.
Yeah, so basically you do not like this song.
Yeah, well, so I said this is making me think about Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Which admittedly is not a band I am fond of at all.
Yeah.
The sound is very similar to me. It is all right, was what I put.
It's kind of what I'm saying. The song was okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're coming off of Space Vato, so you're already hoping for something better, right?
Right.
So then you get this song and you hear the vocal styling and you hear how they construct the song and you're like, okay, let's see what they got. Let's see if they develop as they go on the album. Let's see, what they have to offer. So I was trying not to judge them already.
Right.
So, and then you got Chicken Delight.
Chicken Delight.
So the song titles is why I chose this album. And then you start, you listen to the actual song, right? and I can't get over. He's just like a lot of filler on the vocals. It's like he doesn't know he's going to write something, so he puts a lot of ahs and ohs and oohs in it. So there's a lot of this going on in the song. Oh, 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 ah, oh, oh, and you're like, okay, dude. I don't get the song, to tell you the truth. I mean, lyrically, he's like, she was bleeding, so we called it off. She was bleeding so hard.
Oh no!
She was crying.
God.
We called it off. Crying so hard, almost laughed it off. Almost lost it all. And then it's like, blue-eyed baby, all alone. Blue-eyed baby coming home. Ah, oh, oh, oh. What are you doing, dude? The song's called Chicken Delight. You're singing about a girl bleeding and ooh, ooh. I don't get it.
Oh my God.
I don't get it. So, all I got on this song for my notes, and like I said, this third song, and I'm still, it's okay. I think they kind of have like I don't know if you listen to a lot of Clutch, but it sounds like they kind of had like that Clutch groove going on this one. Kind of makes you head bob anyway. But the lyrics are lacking. All I got on here really is you gotta love these song titles.
I haven't listened to Clutch in a while. It's been a while since I listened to him, but you might remember when I was you were exposing me to a lot of Clutch at one point in time, and I was just like, I love this stuff. Give me more. And, but I did not get a Clutch. I did not get that feeling out of this.
Well, it wasn't as good, but I'm talking about that kind of groove that they do.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I get it, actually.
I mean, Clutch does it perfectly. I mean, if you like, I mean, usually I don't like repetitive riffage.
Right.
You know what I mean? It kind of takes away from the song. It's kind of like, okay, let's do something else. But when Clutch does it, it works. That formula works for them. They can do it. These guys cannot.
Yeah, my notes are very simple.
Yeah.
My notes are very simple. It says more of the Queens of the Stone Age sound, which again I am not a fan of.
Yeah.
Those are my notes.
I have on here also, I say filler vocals. Oh, oh. Song got repetitive after a while. Didn't like this one as much. Ending of the song was okay with that solo and the transition. So I'm giving them a little bit of credit here, but at the same time, I'm meh,
Right.
I'm wondering if I'm going to keep this thing going. You know what I mean? If I want to listen to this one, and I'm thinking to myself, great, this is my album. This is my Jessica Pratt album.
No. No.
Oh, what about the next one, the
Kentucky 2.
Kentucky 2. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Chicken Delight, Kentucky. Is this guy's hungry? Does he want some KFC?
He wants.
Is that what he's telling us?
He either wants some some Chinese food, or some I'm thinking KFC. He wants.
That's what I'm thinking. He wants some Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's what he wants. So again, you have this whole thing with this whoa. I'm not. It's. He needs to lay. This is my notes. He needs to lay off the oohs and ahs. I thought the song was okay. I think he has a KFC problem, Chicken Delight, and then the Kentucky. It says it makes me wonder. It says, I thought the end of the song was the best part. That's my notes.
My notes are repeat of the above. To me, all of this is like a repeat of one song and that awful Queens of the Stone Age sound. And then I put,
yeah.
Those are my notes.
All right, and then we have My Everything.
Yes.
Then we have My Everything. I thought the song was okay. The vocals remained the same. Wasn't getting anything out of this guy. He has no range. He has no... his formula is always the same.
Right.
I'm thinking like this guy's kind of like the guy from B-52s.
Oh, Fred Schneider?
Yes. Couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
But, he sounds the same every time. He has no And that was his thing. And that's what makes the B-52s the B-52s, right?
Yeah.
But they're their own thing, and it works for them. But this guy, he's got like no range. His vocal style is the same every single time. The way he lays out the lyrics, sings them, it's the same formula every single time. So I'm getting more of the same song, like you said, by here. I did think the song kind of did make it's a little groovy. So, by some of that song, you kind of catch yourself bobbing your head a bit. But at the end of the day, I still wasn't liking this album so far.
Yeah. Let me see here. So my everything. I have such extensive notes here. Wait till you hear this. Repeat again. Repeat above. Those are my notes.
That's basically it then.
That's all my
same of the same, and that's where I'm going with it. Then you have Liliana.
Yeah.
Liliana. Well, I say vocal comes in and it sounds exactly the same. Lyrically, not too much range, not too much about it. Sounds a little, top 40 to me. Expect to turn on like 94.5, the buzz, and hear this kind of crap.
Oh my God.
I said the bass was a little catchy, but other than that, the chorus was a little more lyrically better than their typical ooh ooh whoa ahs. But I said it still seems to be stuck in that, and then I got, oh wait, there they are, because he started the oohs and ahs. So that's my notes on that one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
My notes are Moss, Queens of the Stone Age. This is rough.
So basically, Queens of the Stone Age is going here. Queens of the Stone Age side project without Josh.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got Popcorn.
Hit me when you can.
Popcorn. Hit me when you can.
More food reference.
Yeah, I think the guy was hungry. I think he was just smoking some pot, came out with this album, and he's like, damn, you know what? I'm kind of hungry.
Damn.
I thought on here he's like trying to do something different with his voice, and he was doing a bad impression of Brian Johnson.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you picked that up in here, but
I can
for
hear
some reason, I kind of felt like he was trying. Like before he wrote the song, he was listening to a little AC/DC. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do some Brian Johnson. No, I'll leave it to Brian Johnson. Thank you. So I wasn't. I thought they were trying. And it screamed for a solo, and then they didn't have it. It was a letdown. You know what I mean? Like you're expecting them to do something. It was just kind of like. So it's a throwaway. I thought it was a filler song. Nothing to it.
I have a little bit more notes here than I usually do with the other songs.
Queens of the Stone Age.
I said again, Queens of the Stone Age, more of the same. Yes. I think this is an album that if someone enjoys Queen of the Stone Age sound, they should be putting this album in an IV directly into their veins. It is totally a Queens of the Stone Age album.
Yeah, what's really funny is that when you go to the next song here, Apache Junction, that is the first line I have. More of the same. I didn't put that whole Queens of the Stone Age with them. I wasn't in that mindset. Yeah. I can kind of see it now that you're talking about it. But I thought this song did have a nice guitar effect to it. It was a little bit different sound on his vocals, which I was happy he did because I was tired of the same old, but it was still same old.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of I thought it was very spacey. They were trying to do that whole spacey sound on it.
Right.
But I thought it was interesting, but yeah, I've heard people do that sound better.
Apache Junction, I have repeat.
Yeah, more of the same. That's my first line. Exactly. Okay, then we get on this one. Don't even think about it. And I was like, yeah, these guys better not think about it. No more oohs and ahs, please. Basically, what I have on this song is boo. I put boo on the top.
Wow.
I thought it was all right. I thought that the riff up was pretty cool, but I thought they had the ability to do riffs like these guys probably can. The people he used, but I wasn't impressed on how they put it together. So, I thought lyrics were lacking. I said, at least it didn't have the oohs and ahs, woes, blah, blah, blah. Those are my notes.
My notes are pretty short. It says some slightly different sounds and structure.
Yeah.
And then there's a question. It says Waso solo? Like a question. That's all I have. So I don't even have a judgment on my notes. It's just like some slightly different sounds and structure. Waso solo?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, like you said, I mean, you're getting more of the same. I thought they did try to do something a little different on it.
Yeah.
Which was nice because it that's what you're kind of hoping for when you're listening to this album. You're like, okay, give me something else. Just throw in something. Let's see what you guys got. If you're going to do the same formula, at least do it well, right? I mean, Witchers Creed, same formula, whole album, but you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because they had it down pat. It was solid. These guys, not so much. I mean, it's like he's trying to do this whole Caius thing, and it's just not working for him.
Yeah.
And then we got the next one.
Shoot. Good luck pronouncing the title.
I was hoping you would do it. Chanel.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that, right?
Track 10. Track 10.
Track 10. That's what we're going to call it. This one, again, I think he's hungry. It's like, well, hey, dog. Well, hey, man, it's nothing on. Well, hey. Well, hot dog. Well, hey. Well, hey, man, it's not everything. These are the lyrics, dude.
Oh, my God.
I think the dude has the munchies. That's what this album's really about. He's just hoping someone will go get him some food or some shit. I don't know. Like I said, what the hell is this dude writing, The riff was okay. I thought the riff was all right on the song, but when you're trying to listen to the song, it just kind of distracts you. You can't really listen to it, you know what I mean? And then they got that part where it slows down and, they let that guitar go. I thought the solo was okay. You're still wanting him to shut up. I know you're hoping for it to get better. It's very predictable. I said, overall, it's meh. It's so, I wasn't sure, really about this song. I just kind of like, about how I felt about it. Your notes.
It's
more of the same. Queen of the Stone Age.
Well, but no, actually, my notes are just for this song. It's just 2 words, but it's not the 2 words you're thinking of. It just says "is all right."
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. The song's okay. The song's okay. Still wasn't liking it. By this time you're just kind of like hoping for something. You're like, song 10, okay, man, come on, give me something.
Yeah.
Just throw me a crumb, man. Just do something. You're waiting for it. And then you got the next song, Softer Side.
The final song of the album.
The final song of the album. And you want to talk repetitiveness. I mean, you're listening to the song, and I get the lyrics here, and it's very short because basically he's saying you can't do it about 14 times in a row. And then he says, I can't do anything. And he says that over. And then can't do anything right. He says that over. And then, you're like, all right, dude, shut up. So I'm still not feeling it. I thought they ended the album a little different. The song's a little softer. But I just got basically okay. Song was okay.
Yeah.
That's my lyric. That's what I've got.
Yeah, I got dug the effects, even if the song is pretty standard, slow song. on modern rock album stuff.
So. Basically, I think the album was lacking any. I think that these guys are trying to live off of the fumes of Caius. He's trying to keep that alive, and it's not there. I wasn't impressed. I did not give it a very good score. I was actually pretty generous and gave it a 4.
Wow.
I was generous because I thought that I liked parts of it. Like I liked certain sounds that they had. I thought the bass was good on the album. It was pretty cool. Some of the guitar, I mean, the guy could play, but I just think it was lacking any creativeness.
Right.
For the album. But I wanted to give it like a 2 or a 3. But I was like, well, I mean, there's some aspects that I do like.
Right.
But the album's very meh. So I was generous. I gave it a 4. I liked it. I have to say this. I liked it better than Jessica Pratt.
Yeah. I don't remember what score I gave Jessica Pratt. Did we give it?
We gave it a 3.
A 3. That's what I gave this. 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
I gave this a 3 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like unlistenable. I mean, it's not like something I go, holy crap, I can't listen to that. Turn it off, throw it down the hallway or some shit. I didn't feel it was that bad. I was like, man, it was. I mean, I wouldn't get up and walk out of a bar if it was playing, but
Can you imagine leaving a bar because the music playing? What?
Sometimes I want to, man. Sometimes I want to. That's why you drink, so you
take back your drink, motherfucker.
Throw it in his face. You can forget a tip too, bitch. Walk out.
Forget this place. I'm out of here.
So basically, it was a very bad. I mean, after listening to Witchers Creed go into this, you're just kind of like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do the formula, do it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that was my thinking on that. So basically, we liked Witchers Creed. It was decent, and we did not like John Garcia.
And the Band of Gold.
Or should we say
John Garcia?
Queens
John
of the Stone
Garcia
Age.
with Caius and Queens of the Stone Age.
The band of not gold.
Oh my goodness.
Not gold. Okay, so this is the fun part too.
Oh,
Finding out your pick for our next review.
Okay, so like as we said, to restore the balance, we have to do another double album. So I have to pick a double album.
Album. Lay it on me, man.
So to put things sort of in position, like whenever we do the next episode, you will pick the older album and I'll pick the newer album.
Yes.
But okay, so I looked through a bunch of double albums. I even looked through triple albums.
Oh, triple albums, yeah.
I considered a lot of different things. I ended up going with something from the year we were both born.
Sorry, man. A little interruption. I had a phone call coming in, so it bleeped me out, so I couldn't hear you on the last part. So one more time, bro.
I said I went with an album that came out the year we were both born. 1975.
Oh, 75. Okay, this is looking good.
And this double album features this song.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm liking this.
Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin.
I knew it. I knew that. I was like, Led Zeppelin. I was waiting for it. Led Zeppelin.
Was that the one you thought I was gonna pick, or
no? I was actually hoping for a different album, but this is good. I'm liking this. I was actually. Don't
say it.
You know what?
Don't say it. Yeah,
because maybe we can do this later. We'll do another special double album trip, and I'll pick it or something. Because it's a monster. It's a monster again. It's like the White Album, but you know, it's a monster album. But I'm happy with this. I like this. I can listen to Led Zeppelin all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because of the 1975 thing, I was like, let's go with it.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay, so perfect. So we got Led Zeppelin on the next double album. I'm looking forward to this one.
Whenever that is in the future.
Hope in the next couple of weeks. Let's do this one a little quicker than the other one.
Yeah.
So the real excuse for not doing it, taking 2 months to come to this review, is because of the John Garcia album. I didn't want to listen to that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We're gonna blame that. God
damn you, John Garcia! Damn you!
Fucking Queens of the Stone Age, my ass. Listen to that shit.
Oh, we're gonna get like a super Queens of the Stone Age fan like all over us now. They're gonna be like, "You fuckers, I'll fight you!"
Right next to the heavy Cure fans. What did you say about Robert Smith, you asshole? You fucker. I love Robert Smith. I love The Cure. They're my top 10 all favorite bands. Y'all guys misunderstand what I meant.
You could be like, send angry messages to at Texan Spaniard about if you love Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, you said a lot more hateful stuff about them than I did, but
yes. Hey, did I say hateful?
No. Goddamn motherfuckers.
Oh, okay, maybe I did. Shit. I got bad mouth.
It's all good.
I apologize.
You know what?
I apologize to any listeners. I got a bad mouth. I apologize.
I got a worse one, so we're all good. But anyways, all right, so we got Led Zeppelin on the next one. It's going to be a double album. Hopefully we'll get on it soon. And we'll put that one out. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks to everyone for listening, for checking us out. And we hope you all have a great summer and take care.
Signing off.
Adios.